Scott Perry finally addresses the media. Let's get into it.
We're going to do things here and be open to receiving calls to make deals that we feel are going to improve this basketball team. Obviously, it's a setback for this current year's team, but our expectations are still the same for the group that's in that locker room. And I talked to those guys today. Steve Mills and I both. Look, we want to compete every night. We want to continue to fight. Our expectation is those guys are going to try to find a way to learn to close out games and win as much as possible. We're not here to give, injuries happen in sports and adversity happens. But I think this is a great character test for all of us, and it reveals character in this time. And so that's the expectation for us moving forward.
But it doesn't increase the likelihood that you'd want to make a trade for someone like.
No, I mean, again, I think all along we're just going to try. If there's a deal that we feel is going to make our team better, not only in the short run but the long term, we're going to be open to doing it, and that won't change as long as I'm here, regardless of where we're at record-wise or whatever. That's just my philosophy, and I think you got to always be open to doing something that you believe is going to make this team better.
What is your concern level of this ACL injury affecting next season as well?
No, I'm no doctor at all, but I think the ACL surgeries, we've seen a lot in professional sports now. I think they've gotten better and better. We've got tremendous confidence in our medical group here that he's going to make more than a full recovery. And so whenever that time is, when he's back on the court, we expect him to be back at full strength and better than ever. And that was our message to him, and that's his message to us. So I think he's entering this thing with the right mentality.
How emotional was he last night? Did he say anything to you?
No, I mean, obviously it's tough for any athlete to go through something like that. And again, for, like I said, a young man who's a rising player in this league, and again, the All-Star game was about 10 days away or whatever. So, that was a tough blow. So obviously it's an emotional time for him. But he's a tough young man, and learn a lot more about him as each and every day that I'm here. And I'm glad to be working with him.
Scott, because of the length that Porzingis will be out, is there an identity you're looking for now as you try to get players to fill this role and build a team for next year?
No, our identity is what it has always been. We want to be we want to be a team that defends, plays together, competes, and fights for something each and every night. So that doesn't change, with or without him. People that we want to add into our equation here, we want them to be able to fit into that, if you will, the importance of team playing together, commitment to defending, and a commitment to winning and helping us build something along the way.
What was the thought process trading away Hernangomez for what you got back?
Well, first of all, I want to thank Willie. I've been here with him a short time, just for who he is as a young person. Really outstanding young man, and wish him nothing but the best, and appreciate his efforts while he was here. Obviously it was a difficult year for him, coming into the year. He had high hopes of playing a lot, and right before the training camp, when we made that trade, and Ennis Canner came in here, and who's another young player who came in here and played great, and really carved out a lot of minutes and became the starter quickly for us. And Kyle O'Quinn has done a terrific job as well in coming in and earning the minutes. So the playing time was just not there for him. And one of the things that I've always been conscious and sensitive to, young people want to play. We want guys that want to be able to play. So that opportunity wasn't presenting itself here for him this year. So, hopefully that's going to present itself for him in Charlotte. We wish him nothing but the best.
Scott, it seems like...
What did you get back that made this?
For us again, part of our plan moving forward is acquiring vehicles that are going to help us get better. We were without second round picks, and we value first and second round picks, but we were without picks in 2020 and 2021. So this deal allowed us to do that. So it's going to provide more flexibility for us in a number of ways, and we felt it was a good deal for us in our efforts to continue to build this team.
It seemed like their indication, the thought process before was that trading a player for a second-round pick might not be something you guys would be interested in. So did something change recently?
No, I think the fact that we were able to get two of the deal like that, like I said, and really kind of fit to our plan of acquiring picks in those years. I think historically with this franchise that there have not been a lot of picks involved. And again, we talked about wanting to build something sustainable, and I think an important part of that is having a cupboard full of picks, if you will. And I think this deal allowed us to do that, add to that. We got all of our first round picks in place, and so it gives us a great vehicle to add other young athletes or use the picks in other ways to obtain talent.
Did your sympathy to young players getting playing time, did that dictate Willy's trade, or did you think that it was more of a
I wouldn't say it dictates it, but I mean you understand it. I have an understanding for it. So it's a situation, I think, that hopefully again wish nothing but the best for Willy and his camp, and think he can do a tremendous job there. And I think it was a deal that's going to help us moving forward.
Was there any thought to keep it?
Scott, what can you say about where things stand with Joe Keem right now?
Just what you read last week. That there's a mutual agreement that we're going to stay apart for right now. And if there's any change to that, we will let you know. But if there's no update or no change to any of that right now.
I know you guys want to win games. That's always the goal. But given that Kristaps is now out for the season, are you more interested in seeing a little bit more of your younger guys on this roster? So you can
I think there's going to be an opportunity for obviously for a lot of the young players to get out there and show what they can do. I think you'll see it early on. We've got a couple of our guys who've performed very well in our G League franchise that will be having we'll get an opportunity now to come up and play. And Isaiah Hicks and Luke Cornett at various times throughout the remainder of the season. They've earned that opportunity, and it'll be a good opportunity for us to see just how good they can be for this franchise moving forward. The rest of the guys that are in the locker room, it's an opportunity for them to grow and play, and maybe their roles get expanded a little bit more now that the fact that such a integral part of the team is out.
Are you going to keep around? Are you
What
going to keep him on the roster?
No.
You will.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he will not be with us.
Can we expect going forward? I guess you said you're still trying to win games, but if you're looking for second round picks, do we assume that there's maybe more open to the idea of flipping guys like Kyle or
No. Like I said, we were bare in 20 and 21. We addressed that in this deal here. So again, I don't want to project, any deals, what may or may not come out, but whatever we decide to do, it will definitely be well thought out. It'll be part of the plan that we want to follow and be disciplined to. And so if that, involves acquiring a pick or another player, and we feel that's going to help us, we would do that.
And last one, was there any connection between the Billy trade and Porzingis' injury, or was that something that was going to possibly?
No, there was no connection, there, like at all.
Did Billy's camp requesting a trade? Did that change your thinking on whether to keep him or not?
Well, just to clarify that, again, I think Billy made it clear to all of you here that he wanted to play, whether that was going to be here or elsewhere, and so he wasn't getting that opportunity to play here. And at the end of the day, if there was no deal to be made that made sense for us, we wouldn't have made a deal. We just felt that this deal made sense for us, and so we executed it.
Are you going to try to get an athletic player into the roster rather than any of this goal for you?
if somebody offers us one, Mark, we're gonna sure look for it. I can tell you that much. But we'll see where conversations lead us. You know, I think that is one of the areas of our team we do want to improve in. It was become more athletic, but you never know if that's going to happen at the deadline. And I think a lot of times so much gets put on the deadline where, hey, we still have a draft ahead of us. We have summertime. We have time to add, you know, some of the components. Because our goal is to, over this time frame now, between now and the time KP comes back, our goal is to have this team continue on with our culture and be better and stronger by the time he comes back. So when he hits the floor, it's a better prepared group for him to rejoin and become competitive again.
Can you Scott, what goes into scheduling the surgery? I guess just is there a week now? Just
no, I think, you know, that's a little bit above my pay grade. That's the doctors that decide that. But again, I can say that I know that between them and KP himself, that they would like to address it sooner rather than later. So,
last question, Scott. Can you?
Are you guys pretty safe and sound with the current coaching staff that you have, or are you looking to maybe make a change at that position?
No, we're not looking to make any changes. Look, we're evaluating through the entire season. Jeff and his group are working really hard with this basketball team and doing the very best they can. And obviously, this is an adversity for them to deal with KP being out, but confident that they'll be able to do a good job in keeping this team playing hard, playing together, and that's what we'll be looking at moving forward.
That was Scott Perry finally addressing the media, giving us a State of the Knicks address. Join us after every New York Knicks game. About a half an hour after the game, we have a live discussion live on YouTube. Subscribe below, ring the bell. You'll get a notification as soon as I go live. Look at these videos over here so you can stay updated on the New York Knicks. Check you in the chat.